Hello, everybody. This is Randomly Kylis. I hope everybody's doing all right. I had did a live stream with Concha Points not that long ago, about like 2 days ago, and it was a lot of fun. Concha was really nice and friendly, and I think that the conversation went really well. Tomorrow, it seems like I've been invited to Woolly Bumblebee's channel, to talk with Woolly Bumblebee, Christiosity, and other feminists. I don't know how that's going to go because I do not consider myself a feminist. I consider myself a centrist. I consider myself an egalitarian. Um, but I don't really consider myself a feminist. And I try to be fair, neutral, look at things with an open mind. I try to be a skeptic, but I guess I'm not a skeptic. I don't really want to wear that label because there are people like, you're not skeptical of this, you're not skeptical of that. It's something that I try to practice, but something that I'm not always good at. So looks like I got one viewer here, but for the one viewer that just showed up, yeah, I've been invited to Woolly Bumblebee's live stream tomorrow, and I just really have no idea how that's going to go. Other than that, I've got some time to kill, so I'll just address a comment somebody left me. I'll try screen share. Okay. In response to this comment, don't know if y'all could see that or not. Let's see. Yeah, it is showing up. Okay, let's see. When I think of the anti-feminist genre on YouTube, I don't think about Puff and Big Red. They became memes and cartoons. I think of classic videos exposing evil, the evil, dishonesty, and irrationality of people like Anita Sarkaesian you know, and just a bunch of names. When really, I think like Anita Sarkeesian was more of a gamer gates thing, like I hate to say, but many people who, for example, have mostly gaming channels, who have their channels dedicated to like gaming, they'll probably have like that one video, like a few videos on Anita Sarkeesian, and then they like go back to making gaming videos. It's kind of like, look at the PewDiePie situation. PewDiePie is a gamer. He has fun topics that everybody could get on board with. And then he would, have that one political video, just that one political video. So yes, there were many pretty much, well, the vast majority of the anti-feminist videos I've seen jumped on Anita Sarkeesian. However, there were many gamers who talked about Anita Sarkeesian, and their channels are dedicated to gaming. And some of these names I haven't heard of. Like, I haven't heard of this Julia person or Clementine Ford. I've heard, sorry, going to mention Jermaine Greer, but because Jermaine Greer got kicked out or banned from a feminist event because she made transphobic comments. And when it comes to Franchesca Ramsey, I would say that the anti-feminist community turned her into like a cartoon character. Like, you know, when I would watch videos about Franchesca Ramsey on Bearing's channel or Andy Worski, cartoonize her. Like, she seems like more of a cartoon character over a real person, you know, and there was just so and not only that, but Francesca Ramsey draws a lot of hatred towards herself with or without help. Like, without help, her channel is dedicated to bashing white people. Like, she has like what, 1 million subscribers, but Baron has like 300K subscribers. Yeah, like there were even many black people who don't like her because she had like this video saying that black people don't know how to get a driver's license, and there were many black people who were extremely angry. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm black and I have a driver's license. Not only that, but by bashing white people, she subsequently make black people seem dumb, stupid, incapable, fragile. She does a great job self-destructing. So it's kind of like, you know, she's largely been cartoonized. Lori Penny, I do recognize her name from Sarga's channel as the woman who picked her nose and ate its contents. J- Jonathan McIntosh, he was the one that helped Anita Sarkaesian write her scripts or whatnot. Jessica Valenti, I barely remember what she did. I think she just made a hypocritical statement. The Swedish government, I mean, do they really need any help self-destructing? I mean, with or without the community, they are just bound to self-destruct anyway because many of the citizens are unhappy with it. So did it really need any help? I mean, because when you really think about it, the anti-feminist community is actually quite small when you really think about it. I mean, there are like 7.5 billion people in the planet. And even when you think of possibly the biggest anti-feminist creator, like maybe you would consider like maybe Paul Joseph Watson to be one of the bigger ones, or the biggest ones with 1 million subs, that still pales in comparison to 7.5 billion people, you know. So if they're getting hurt, it's more likely due to self-destruction. To take any credit is, to me, narcissism. Might be time to check out something other than XXX Feminazi Pond Central XXX. I mean, you don't know what I do and don't watch. I mean, that's just an assumption on your end. And to me, it just makes you seem like, you know, an idiot because I'm subscribed to a lot of people. Oh, like, let's see. See if I could get this to work. I'm subscribed to Sargon. Let's see. I'm subscribed to Sargon. I'm subscribed to his Thinkery channel. I'm subscribed to the Daily Wire, Sid Sessenhammer, Computing Forever, Paul Joseph Watson, Concha Points, Philip DeFranco, Ranting Monkey, Ranting Feminist, Crowdson T, Prince of Queens, Christiosity. I mean, I am, or can't get this thing to work, but I am subscribed to so many countless people. Hunter Avalon, Romic Millennial, The Justicar, Bastard CZ, Res Please. I mean, who am I not subscribed to? I mean, you probably cannot recommend to me somebody I haven't even heard of already. I'm subscribed to everybody. So it's kind of like, there's something you could perhaps recommend to me that I haven't already seen already. So it's just like, what? But even then, it's kind of a lot like usually the Density show is full of people who would have self-destructed on their own anyway. That's the reason why there would be 10 or 20 videos, mm, 10, 20 people making videos on the exact same thing. It's kind of a lot like who hasn't made a video against Steve Shives? Is there one person in the anti-feminist community that didn't make a Steve Shives video? Is there one person in the anti-feminist community that didn't make a video against BuzzFeed? You know, I'm subscribed to practically everybody, and Stick Sexenhammer's good, because Stick Sexenhammer, he brings up a lot of good points, and he gets straight to the point, and he's usually accurate. He successfully predicted that Donald Trump would be our next president. He successfully predicted that Marine Le Pen was going to lose. He successfully predicted lots of things, and he's usually quite accurate and very reliable. He predicted a paradigm shift. He predicted a lot of things with great accuracy. So yeah, you have no idea what I watch. All it is an asinine assumption. Maybe really challenge yourself by addressing the more robust anti-feminist arguments. I don't get it because in the very video where he's criticizing me, I made it really clear, like towards like this section, it's going to be somewhere towards the end. I made it crystal clear that I don't even like Christy Winters. So it's quite weird that this person's gonna be like, I would like you to know that you should try to address the more robust anti-feminist arguments when I said in the very video that he's criticizing me that I don't even like Christy Winters. So that, smart aleck remark wouldn't even apply to me. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense to me. Also, those feminist voices will always be bigger, have more power and influence than so-called reasonable, well-meaning feminists. They are modern feminism, not Camille Plagia, not Christina Hoff Sommers, not Concha Points. Well, from my points of view, Christina Hoff Sommers gets lots of positive reviews. I mean, who would you rather be, Christina Hoff Sommers, or would you rather be Franchesca Ramsey? Franchesca Ramsey gets buried and crucified with downvotes, and pretty much everybody hates her. Only a small fragment of people like Franchesca Ramsey. I wouldn't be surprised if she needed bodyguards or whatnot. People outright hates her. Do I need to go to MTV Decoded and show you all of her videos buried and crucified with downvotes? I mean, it seems like only like 100 people that gives her videos a thumbs up, while like 1 million people give her videos a thumbs down. It's kind of like, would you really prefer to be her over Christina Hoff Sommers, who gets lots of thumbs up, who is well liked and well respected? If you really pick, Franchesca Ramsey, then I would say that you're intellectually dishonest. You know, I mean, because Franchesca Ramsey is just well hated. Not Concha Points. Again, I mean, Concha Points is also pretty much well liked and well respected. And I'm going going this by the like to dislike ratio on her channel. Her channel has far more likes than dislikes, and so many people try to get ContraPoints on their channel. So apparently people are more responsive to ContraPoints and Christina Hoff Summers and Camille Paglia, and all of these people that allegedly have more power. They're usually well hated. I mean, what's the point of having power if you're well hated? Eventually, you'll self-destruct or gets overthrown. You're going to, things will, you will find your downfall, like nobody's too big to fail. No matter how big somebody is, nobody and nothing is far too big to fail. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if that happens to Google. I do think that Google would probably start. It wouldn't surprise me. And not only that, but there were other things like, I don't know, other like monopolies in the past. Like, there was a time when people got all of their information on the radio. Then, and the radio was the big thing. And, everybody loved the radio, and the radio is how everybody got their information. Then, the TV replaced the radio, and the TV became the biggest thing, and everybody gets all of their information from TV. Then, the internet's just the next big thing. And, now all people get their information from the internet. And who knows what's the next big thing is going to be. The next big thing is probably right around the corner. So I don't think anything is actually too big to fail. And there's a reason why people on the left tend to be so hostile to people who aren't in a group. It's not that they need to work harder on PR. It's who they are. We're at a war. It's a culture war. Where's your gun? I mean, where's your gun? When you say that you're in a war, do you tend to get off the internet and start shooting people? It's kind of, it makes me think of the big culture war between the atheist community and the Christian community. Like, yeah, it's a culture war between the atheists and the Christians. And what really happened is that the Christians went elsewhere. Like, the Christians went on Reddit and they just avoided YouTube like a plague. And if they did use YouTube, they used it to watch music videos, and that's it. And the Christians just refused to participate. And Christians still make up like 69% of the American population, or 70% of American population. So, Christianity is still a significant part. And what really happened is that the atheist community got split between the feminist atheists and the anti-feminist atheists. And, I do see some infighting on the feminist side, or notice it, like the sex positive and sex negative feminists fight each other. The TERFs and the intersectional feminists definitely hate each other. The alt-right doesn't really like the anti-feminist community all that much. If anything, the alt-right thinks that it could easily manipulates the anti-feminist community to join their side. Then there's, the MGTOW community that feels that the anti-feminist community has taken the blue pill, and the MGTOW is trying to get the anti-feminist community to take the red pill. I mean, if anything, just like how the big culture war not that long ago was the Christian versus atheist, and now, like, if you were to talk to, well, what about Christianity versus atheism? Sargon will probably go, well, that's stupid. Christian, atheist, who cares? The line has been redrawn, and now it's gone from Christians versus atheists to feminists versus anti-feminists. But to me, that's how people got into all this crap in the first place, because it's just one common denominator, and people are more complicated than that. You're all just together by one common denominator. You have, a bunch of atheists supporting Christians. As long as the Christian is an anti-feminist, you would give the Christian all the support that he wants. And MGTOW was supporting anti-feminist community and whatnot. And if anything, because people are drawn to each other because of one common denominator, it would really suck if, through all of this, if somebody elected a Christian Republican who would start a theocracy and make America more religious, then the lines would be redrawn to just that, like, one common denominator, when really people are just more complicated, and there's just going to be many significant factors into people's lives. And to me, these culture wars just reduces people down to one thing. Anyway, moving right along. They are my enemies, and they hate me because I am their enemy. I'm quite sure that they're not thinking about you. I mean, as an individual, what's this? Dirty subs. And I'm pretty sure that you're not buried with downvotes. So I'm quite sure that they don't care about you at all, to be honest. In all honesty, I just don't think that they care that much about you or have been giving you a second thought. Let me just read more of this. Hold on. Sounds melodramatic too. It just sounds so histrionic. It's just on the theatrical side. The left is for control freaks who want to impose their will on others. And the alt-right is, even in Sargon's channel, even Sargon knows that the alt-right is, probably equally as bad, if not worse. So it's kind of like, the alt-right wants to protect the white race from white genocide. They believe that white people should have more children. They want all the black people to move to Florida, but they leave out how they're going to get all of the black people to willingly go to Florida. Then they'll say privately in their private message boards that they are willing to shoot up a bunch of black people to get their way. But then they will go to the anti-fem and say, no, that was a joke. I was just joking when I said I'll kill a bunch of black people. That was a joke. I'm serious, And then they'll be bragging in their private message boards about how anti-feminists will believe anything that comes out of their mouths, things like that. If somebody wants to submit, well, that's unacceptable. It's an outrage. That's why they are perpetually outraged. Well, can't you say the same thing about, the Christian community? You could always look at Westboro Baptist Church. If not Westboro Baptist Church, you could always look at the church I went to when I was growing up. Like, my mother was a fundamentalist Christian, and I went to a church where the Christians really were perpetually outraged, you know? And like even the alt-rights would constantly complain about white genocide, or they would complain about a commercial where there's a white woman with a black man. It's like perpetually outraged. Hell, the weird part is the feminist community says the exact same thing about the anti-feminist community, that the anti-feminist community is perpetually outraged about everything that they say and do. I mean, you could pretty much say that's about any group, which is what for me, I'm an individualist. I'm not a collectivist. I mean, I care about, myself. I prioritize, myself. It's me that I care about, And, I would go and I would look at the comments. Let's see what I got. Chowser, I'm still a Sargon fanboy. What's your thoughts on Free Speech Week? Um, I haven't been paying much attention to it. Like I said, if you watch my channel, you know that I've been really, really engrossed, or it's like I've been really encaptured by the book The Picture of Dorian Gray, and I was just really thinking about that book, probably on a really unhealthy on a very unhealthy level. I probably shouldn't have been thinking about that book as much as I have been. Other than that, I've been trying to lower my blood pressure because, after I read that book, my blood pressure just kind of skyrocketed, and I've been trying to cut back on the salt, and I've been trying to eat more bananas and spinach to lower my blood pressure because like my heart's been racing, my pulse has just been racing out of control. It's been harder to sleep. So it's like, you know what? I need to get my blood pressure under control. Sargon is doing his best. I agree. I also think Sargon is doing his best. There is only so much he could do, and his documentary was good. I don't know which documentary you're talking about, but okay. Hello, Daisy. I hope you're enjoying this so far, or that you did enjoy it. And let's see. Hello to, everybody else. Like hello, Carlos. Hello, hello to everyone. Yeah, 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 yeah. I have been obsessing over that book. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I really should stop talking about it because it's annoying at this point. So yeah, I've put my spectacles on now. Haha. Well, yeah, okay. Does anybody have any questions or anything before I close everything out? Any questions? And if there's no questions, then I'll just be leaving. Okay. Well, I'm getting, a question now. So here's what I'll say. You can, if you do think of a question, you can find me on Twitter, same name, Rand Michaelis, and yeah, just ask me your question on Twitter, and I'll be happy to respond. Bye bye.